Hi, Days fans. It's Tuesday, August 18th, and we're going to give a shout out to JB's brother, Chuck.
Oh, yeah, birthday boy. I talked to him yesterday.
I don't think that he watches this, but anyhow, happy birthday, Chuck. And I think that I need some kind of, I don't know if score system, like scorecard is the right word, but what the hell's going on with Nathan and Stephanie on this outing? Like, 1 second, well, we're not doing anything wrong. We're just friends. There's nothing for Philip to be jealous about. Oh, I think I feel like we're connected.
Yeah.
Oh, Philip's free? See ya. Who cares about my kidnapped cousin? I'm out of here. I'm like, whoa, my head's snapping trying to keep up with that.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck she loves running back to Philip. That's her thing, but I think it's too late.
Well, I would guess so, since he's taken Melanie to the most seedy hotel I've ever seen in my life. It's one thing if that's all you could afford, God bless, but when you've taken Stephanie to, like, the fanciest hotel in town for your little interlude, and then this one you want to make sure you pull the comforter off before you...
Did he pop her cherry?
I don't know because
Valid question.
I think she had a pretty wild love life when she was in France.
If she wasn't putting out in France, she wouldn't get all that fancy jewelry and stuff paid for. So she's, I take that back. I doubt
They
it.
usually make a big deal about girls losing their virginity on days.
Yeah, she looked like she knew what she was doing.
She's like 18. Oh, God. All right,
Whatever,
so...
Philip isn't. He's much older. Is she even legal? Yeah, she's 18. They made sure that event happened, so...
We were a little sad because we were starting to really buy into this, maybe the kidnapper is Zach theory.
Oh,
We had it all played out that other people helped us get to this, and I'm not taking all the credit, all of the people who commented and what have you, but we thought maybe the Damaras had taken him, somehow he survived the eye transplant and the liver transplant. But do you remember when Chelsea was talking about him one time? Suddenly she said partial liver transplant, and JV and I are like, ding, 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 Zach's coming back.
So they had that flashback, and then...
Yeah, they keep talking about Zach all the time. So Zach is somewhere in the midst. He's coming back. He's going to help them find. But we thought maybe the Damaras had Zach, and he didn't even know he was Zach, and they brainwashed him, and now he was one of their, employees doing their dirty work. But he felt this connection with Sierra because he's really her brother.
But you're not discounting the brain transplant
card. We know that this is not actually Zach, because Hope had a flashback where she actually said, he'd be 9 today. So we can't think, he went through the EJ time machine, where they age characters by like 15 years in a day.
Do you think the words had ever been spoken at the writers' meeting? Look, I don't think that's plausible. You're fired!
People just look at you like, and what's your point?
Yeah, exactly.
Go have some more coffee.
I could write my way out of that with one hand tied behind my back. Come on. You start introducing brain transplants and mystical stuff, anything, aliens, whatever, anything's possible.
I love it how they do it too. Like when Belle was aged, John and Marlena came home from vacation. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you've grown so much." I'm like, "Yeah, because she was 2 when you left, and now she's a teenager." But anywho, so now we're thinking maybe he is not, he's not Zach's body, obviously, because this guy's a grown man and Zach's only supposed to be 9. But what if he has Zach's brain?
Mm-hmm. You know what scenes I like? The Victor scenes.
What do you like about them?
How he was calling Stephanie a tramp and a slut.
I always love it when somebody on a soap opera can just go totally out of the social norms. I mean, wouldn't you just love to walk up to somebody and be like, "You're a whore"? Now, I am more able to do that than most people. I'm more on the Victor side of things than most people are.
Which one of his Philip's exes has he not called a slut? Chloe and
Belle is, I think. No, he's called Belle some pretty bad names. He tried to get her baby taken away from her.
Oh yeah, when she left him for Sean.
For his own grandkid.
Yeah, now Stephanie's a slut.
And he's all like, "Family's so important to me, even my grandchildren." I'm like, "Yeah, you weren't singing that tune when it was Sean Douglas that needed some help.
Hmm.
So, oh, and how cool was that when Victor told Nathan and Stephanie about Sierra, and then he wouldn't tell them anymore and walked away.
Yeah. Hmm.
Kinda
Oh, and
nasty.
and Sierra's related to both of them, you said.
Yeah, she's a cousin to both because her mom's a Horton, her dad's a Brady. Let's talk about this kidnapping business.
Oh, okay.
So it's not quite so creepy now because we realize that this is one of the cops on the force and this is all about ransom. But he has a deep hatred for Hope. He wanted the cop, Dean, I think his name's going to be Dean Hartman. I originally thought he was a Horton.
Hmm.
He might be related to the Hortons, but his last name is not Horton. But he is very angry with Hope. He wanted to see the pain on her face.
This is an important storyline. We have no idea why they've done this, who they're connected with. It can go a million different directions, and really, I'm it could be Demira, it could be something completely different, but
it could be he's a relative of hers, but he didn't get to be raised within the Horton life because he's an illegitimate child somehow, and he's jealous of Hope getting to live the perfect Horton life with the Horton Trust Fund and everything.
The part I can't stand is when they bring up the premonitions and they start slinging them at each other, like, you knew from the premonitions that we should have done this. It's a goddamn premonition. That means it's going to happen no matter what you do. If you had avoided it, it's like if you go back in time and you kill your father, does that mean you're not born? It's just, don't throw that in each other's faces so they're going to split up.
When are they going to go home and look up where now they know that that's not Tommy Bear, so they don't have to go home and look in the safe for...
Did that finally come
that
out?
little girl came in and said that she gave that Tommy Bear. So now Hope's off the hook.
They need some time apart, those two. I'm sick of them together.
Although they had a nice tender scene at the end where he said, I need to talk to you just for a second, and he came in and hugged the heck out of her. Ugh, it's just enough to make any parent cringe. So Brady and the cocaine.
Yeah, Ari talks her way out of that. So
yeah, pretty slick.
Yeah,
Ari.
Very slick. I can't remember exactly the move. She threw the Caroline card down like you're going to ruin the pub. And then she's like, okay, yeah, maybe I will call the cops. And then Brady's like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Well, maybe she had that alibi all lined up that it was somebody out of town. They won't be dropping cocaine anymore.
Yeah. All they paid was cash.
Yeah.
So.
Then she calls her dealer, I need more drugs because my boyfriend poured some down the drain.
Well, I poured one little packet. But do you think she's a real dealer or not? I mean, it's not likely that a DEA agent is going to be doing this. But like you said, on soaps, they do that. They play it out. But
I don't think they're going to make her a real dealer unless Brady's going to be her sponsor and get her through the program. I don't know.
I don't think she does drugs. But she could be a dealer.
Well, yesterday you said dealers do drugs.
Well, some do.
What are you, the friggin' drug expert?
I watch television.
DEA all of a sudden? Okay, so what else do we have? Phillips now got nothing. Well, he's got Melanie.
What do you mean he's got nothing? He's got Melanie. She's gonna be moved into that mansion by the end of the week, probably.
But what is he going to do there? Is he going to break her little heart?
God, he is a psychopath, or a sociopath, or I don't know what the word is, but he's jumped from one lover to the other, professing love so quickly to her.
We need a good pregnancy. I think Melanie should have a cute little baby.
If he goes back to Stephanie after saying and doing what he did to Melanie, he is crazy. I mean, not crazy, but just, he's lost it.
He's mean.
He is mean. He is unstable, emotionally, childish.
What are our previews?
I have no idea.
Oh, there was a funny quote on YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry. We wanted to write down his name.
Oh, about discounting things.
The guy that wrote in and said, if you don't think any of this stuff could happen, then you obviously haven't been watching Days more than, was it a day or a year?
A year.
So we're going to start reading a quote of yours every day.
He gets it.
Yeah. I love your comments, and I try to write them down and talk about them, but we're going to start having a comment of the day from you guys. So make sure you comment. Check us out on Facebook, Days.com, and YouTube. So,
All right.
all right, the couple that watches Days together.
Stays together.